Hello everybody, Gabby Turner here. Welcome to this pick a card reading. I've got two options today because my editing capabilities are a bit down at the moment, but we're going to get some thorough answers for you about what your person wants you to know. I'll give you a view of this beautiful lake that I'm sitting next to. I think the wind is going to be fighting us today, so I've got my backpack up to block the perceived path of the wind here. But in any case, we have two different karmics as you can choose from, and also two different decks. So number one is this Santa Muerte deck with the classic lip balm there. And number two is going to be the Cosmic Tarot, and it has also the classic Karmics lip balm, but this one is the squeeze tube. All right, so go ahead, guys, and you can use the timestamps below, and I'll see you at your reading, and we'll find out what they want you to know and understand right now, your person of interest. All right, group one, welcome to your reading. You chose this lip balm. So I shuffled this deck a few times before we started, and I kept getting the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I was like, okay, this seems like a free-spirited energy. I shuffled it one final time, and I got the Fool card at the bottom, which is definitely a similar energy in terms of, free-spiritedness. So we'll see exactly what this means, but I do feel like this person wants you to understand that I do feel like they love you and care about you, but they want to feel like their spirit is free. So let's see more what that means. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Temperance reversed, and King of Cups reversed. Okay, so I think that, and then the Nine of Wands reversed, or is this a 9 or the 6? This is a 6 of Wands. But anyway, I feel like they don't really want to settle down yet. I feel like they don't really want to put in the effort of a relationship right now. And with the 6 of Wands reversed, it could be because they just don't think either that this would be successful as a relationship, or that maybe they wouldn't be successful at a relationship at all at this period of time. To me, the Temperance card, when it's reversed, also indicates that, because upright, it's about alchemy. It's about, it can be in a relationship reading about, or a romance reading about bringing two people together and creating a strong bond, a relationship, taking this person and that person and creating a couple, creating a third entity, which is the two of you as a couple. But it is reversed. And we also have the King of Cups reversed. Like I said in the beginning, I do feel that this person does really have significant feelings for you. But when we have a King or any of the court cards that are cups reversed, this is someone who, they have feelings. They're aware of the feelings. But those feelings, they can't handle them very easily. So let's ask a little bit more about that. I'm going to just turn over the deck so I'm not looking at the bottom of the deck the whole time. I'll cut it for us. So tell us more about this King of Cups reversed. What do they want to tell you about their feelings? Okay, so Ace of Swords. I know that I have feelings for you. I definitely have feelings. And I definitely am very attracted to you, 8 of Wands. I love talking to you. I like being around you. It's like I feel those butterflies. So there's no lack of attraction and feeling. Like, I'm here. I'm like totally into you. We have the Death card. So we have already the wind is trying to fight us here. Tell me more about the Death card. The Death card and the Chariot. My feelings are so transformatively deep. Like, these are feelings that are incredibly profound to me. I get carried away with my feelings. My feelings for you take me to places that I never knew that I could go. I feel on top of the world sometimes because I'm so into you. And it makes me feel peaceful You know, I love the way that my feelings feel for you, because I think that, you know, whatever may happen between the two of us, I feel like this is a valuable experience that we are sharing. And I feel like our love for each other is so good and so wholesome and so pure and sincere that there may be, it makes sense that in the future we might settle down. Okay, so why are they needing to be free now? Let's ask that. They can see it in the future. Why? Okay, so settling down now versus settling down in the future. Okay. Let me ask, is this about a kid, or is this about your all's emotional state? Okay. So it's almost like they feel like the two of you are in this like puppy dog love stage. Oh, the wind is. Please don't fall into the lake. Okay. Sorry, guys. Here we go. That's what we're going to do. Sorry you can't see the cards super well, but I mean, yeah, so this is like, it's either really new or it's still in that sort of puppy dog, like new love, like, whoa, this is like great. It feels like sweet, like soulmate type love. But they just want to be able to enjoy this experience for as long as it lasts. You know, sometimes when we get into relationships, that honeymoon phase ends and it starts to become boring and stale. And they're like, but we're still in this wonderful, like, you know, wonderful emotional surge of like happiness. And I feel like, you know, the two of you bring a lot of joy and camaraderie. It feels like friendly and playful, you know. It's like the love, the feeling of the love itself is very free-spirited. And so I feel like that's what makes them happy. So they're happy that this seems to indicate good things for the future. So when I'm asking about the future, why would we wait to settle down and do it in the future? We have the Empress. So this is, you know, like we have grown up. You know, our love has grown up. You know, things are more established. But it's like, if you rushed this right here, you wouldn't get to this wonderful thing. You might get to something stale and boring, like I said. But they're just like, this is developing like, you know, a beautiful rose. It starts out as a rosebud, and then slowly, you know, as it gets ready to bloom, it opens its petals. So they see this going in a beautiful direction. So, all right, so they feel good about where the two of you are. They're not going to rush into something, you know, heavy-handed with you, but they feel that this is going to bloom further into something more mature, more adult, more established, you know, like a responsible relationship, most likely. Is there anything else that they want you to know about their thoughts and feelings? Now, they do feel free-spirited, like I said, but we have the Nine of Swords, which does also show that, you know, they do get in their heads a lot about this still, even now. And they do feel like, you know, one or both of you is kind of almost like banking on this becoming a relationship. Like, do they think it's you, or do they think it's them, or both? Okay, they're not banking on this necessarily. You know, like, they think that you are pretty much, I don't know what to say other than banking on it. Like, you're betting your odds, you're assuming, they think that you are assuming this is most likely going to become a relationship, and like a significant, like settled down relationship, and that you're sort of like, you're investing in it with that in mind. That's what they think you're doing. And they are investing in it with a different kind of mindset with the Nine of Wands. They're investing in it more so with the mindset of, you know, things come and go. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing is guaranteed. They definitely see that potential of it blooming, but not every rosebud blooms either, you know, so they also have that understanding. And here's the King of Wands, and they're like, you know what, I feel in order to embrace my, you know, kingliness and my confidence and not be anxious, it's better for me to say this is the grand adventure of love and to embrace it as that. The grand adventure of love means that, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. So that's where they're at. Their heart is blooming. Look at all these beautiful roses around this guy. The King of Wands also is related to fire energy. Leo energy in particular is very heartfelt, and Sagittarius, Sagittarius and Aries, very courageous, ready to leap into the adventure of love. So not that they necessarily have to be any of those signs, but they're embracing that type of approach to love, So that sounds really nice. I really hope that was helpful. Like I said, this is a shorter reading. If you want like a more thorough, in-depth reading, you can always get my Love Connection personal reading. I have other reading options and services available at my website, and you can click the link below. But Group 1, I hope that you did enjoy your reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, Group 2, this is your reading. You chose this squeezable tube of chapstick. I knew we were going to be fighting with the wind, and it was worse than I thought already. But also we're fighting with these geese over here, the geese are closer than they appear. Closer to me than they appear in the camera. And they seem in a bad mood. They've stopped honking, but they were honking a lot. But anyways, so we'll get through it. But all right, so first of all, the card on the bottom of the deck for you guys, I shuffled these thoroughly beforehand, is the Chariot card. So to me, because this relates to the sign of Cancer, and we have the little crescent moon up here, which helps us to designate that on the card. They definitely are, I feel like their feelings are kind of running away with them. They definitely have a depth of emotion when it comes to you, and they want you to know that first of all. A type of emotional connection to you that makes them want to pursue it and be victorious. And they understand that this is going to be a challenge at some level, but the Chariot tells us, we can balance it out. There might be competing energies or needs, we can't just focus on the person that we have feelings for, right? There are other things going on in our lives. We have to work, or we have family, or all of the above. There are different things going on in everyone's life, and they definitely are very emotionally interested and attached to you, and they know that it's going to be somewhat of a struggle to continue to pursue this connection with you simply because there are other things going on in their lives. All right, so let's ask more about that. Okay. So I'm going to just block the wind there with that. It's died down here for a minute, so that's good. So when I'm asking what are the competing needs for them, it seems more of internal stuff. We have the Two of Swords reversed, and then we have the High Priestess. I think that what they have to manage in order to continue to go ahead with this connection with you is their head and their heart. We also have the King of Swords over here, and that is reversed. I think that when they get in their head over you too much, it's not easy for them to stay peaceful. Or when they try to explain it, like also if they tried to put it into words. Now we've got the wind coming up. Yeah, I feel like they want to put it into words. When the wind is like swords energy, like gosh, there is a lot that they would like to say to you in actual words. I feel like they don't have the words. That's what it is. They don't have the words. But it's like with the High Priestess, the other thing is like they do feel like both of you kind of understand what those words would be anyway. You know what I mean? Like there are things that you haven't said to them that they understand intuitively. And so they're hoping that the same is true. They really feel that the same is true, actually. They feel that, that intuitive pull to each other, like those intuitive insights, they kind of know what you're thinking and feeling without you saying it. And because they're having trouble formulating their words as well, but they know that you have to be picking up on some of it intuitively. Like they're really having to trust that right now because they just can't put the words together. So let's ask more about that. Why what's going on with them in terms of like figuring out what to say. So I think that first of all, some of what they have to say, they're not really sure how you would respond, or they feel like you might be skeptical or you wouldn't believe what they would say. And they feel that you might hold that in. Like they see you as a Tower card reversed here, that they would speak their mind and it would be the absolute truth, and that you just wouldn't believe it if it were in words. And they wouldn't know how to validate what they're saying. Like they're like, okay, well, I don't know how to give evidence for it. You know, this is just what I'm actually thinking and feeling. And I think they're really afraid, like, of saying the wrong thing, basically. And, you know, it's like, you know, the game Jenga, this Tower card is making me think of that. It's like you make the wrong move and the whole thing falls apart. We have the Two of Wands over here reversed too, which is like, I mean, it feels like the two of you are maybe still in the getting to know each other phase, or at least a lot of the people watching this are in that phase, and they're like, well, I don't want to topple this, you know, so soon into it, because it feels good. You know, I want to keep exploring this emotional connection I have to you, but they feel like you're not going to believe their words. Like it could be, let's see what it is they want to say, actually, that they think that you wouldn't believe. Because I feel like it's positive stuff, but they're afraid, like, they could say, I want the world with you, and you wouldn't believe it, because that seems like BS or something. Yeah, whatever it is, okay, the wind is picking up again. Like gosh, this is their truth, whatever it is. Okay, I'm going to do upright cards for now. Okay, yeah, I think about you all the time. This is just me translating them. I'm sorry I have to hide it under this so it doesn't fly away and gets lost in the lake over here. Which also is probably a good metaphor for what is on their mind as well. Like, you know, they're like, what I'm saying is logically true. It is maybe an expression of my emotions, but it's also like my logical, detached evaluation of my actual emotions. But it's like, I'm afraid if I speak those words out loud, it'll get lost in the, you know, confusion of both of our emotions, because you, I think, have some emotions of, I don't know, insecurity or doubt that I really would feel this way. And so it's like if I say the words out loud, it's almost like the magic of it all might disappear. And it is beautiful and it is magical what we have, you know. I was just immediately drawn to you. You may not believe that, and I don't know how to make you believe it. You'll think that I'm just trying to charm you or woo you, but that is not the truth. Like, I was just immediately, I felt like you are going to be significant to me. I felt like you are someone I'm supposed to have a relationship with. And it's like I want to whisper it because they're afraid. They're afraid of saying this out loud, but like they saw that potential in you from the very beginning. I just knew we're supposed to have this bond, and I felt, I felt like we already knew each other, or that there was some sort of emotional depth even from the very beginning when I first saw you. Yeah, I felt like we have known each other since childhood. I felt like we've known each other forever. And I felt like you are the one, the perfect person for me. You're the whole package of what I've always been looking for. And this was immediate. Upon first seeing you, upon first knowing you. I knew that I would be willing to do anything, to move heaven and earth, to make this happen with you. And I pray that it works. Well, that one really flew out. Listen, we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Like, this is what they're praying for. They're hoping, they're praying, they're willing to put in the effort. Like, they just feel like the two of you are supposed to be a couple, a long-term, stable couple who brings stability to each other, like a responsible, mature relationship. And they feel that, God, they feel a lot. Hold on, guys. They know that this is solid. Like, this is a solid seed. If it's planted, it will grow, and they do really feel fairly confident that the two of you will become this Queen and King of Pentacles and have this solid, mature, stable, lasting, enduring relationship where it's like, okay, we just feel this level of comfort with each other. That they also know that you're a very emotional person and you feel things deeply. And it's not that they don't, but they understand that that's also something they have to navigate. Is along the way there are going to be challenges. They do feel like there are going to be moments when there are hurt feelings, because that's normal. Every couple who quote unquote makes it, like every marriage that lasts, or every long-term till death do us part relationship, like there will be moments when there are hurt feelings, and they do feel like you're an emotionally sensitive person. And they can tell that you're ready to experience this connection with them, like they are as well. They're like, wow, this is great. Like, let's jump in and get started. They know that you feel optimistic, that they think that you feel similarly, that almost like you won the lottery to meet them. Like, it was just like, whoa, this was meant to be as well. Like, wow, I just won the lottery. I wasn't even trying to win the lottery, and here I did. They do have enough confidence to feel that you feel that way, and they're, and they also think that you are smoking hot. But they can tell also that your emotions are sometimes up and down. Like your emotions are better sometimes and worse other times. And they do kind of have a fear that you're going to sort of up and leave them. And I don't know, it's like, even just talking about normal stuff, like there will be normal things that come up at some point, like these are things that happened to my past before I met you, or like relationships I had before I met you. I don't think they really want to talk about any of that right now, because but even the other thoughts and feelings I've said, they don't necessarily want to put it into words yet, but they get the feeling that when those conversations inevitably, they see the two of you continuing to be together and for this to continue on, for a long time, but at the same time, they're afraid that when those conversations inevitably come up about maybe their exes or stuff like that they just don't know how difficult it's going to be to get through those moments. And it's not that they necessarily want to avoid them. It's like they're preparing for that. Like they just want things to be really peaceful between the two of you. They just want that neither of you to give up. I think they feel that you won't give up, but there is part of them that is afraid. And that's their own fear and doubt and insecurity, fear that you'll give up when the going gets tough and when your emotions get too up and down and all over the place, because they see that your emotions do that sometimes. And and so you both have your own fears and insecurities, but overall, they really think that the two of you will just be able to get through those things. Yeah, and then the last thing that they want to say to you is the Ten of Pentacles. I see this being I see us being the one for each other, to settle down and just to be with till death do you part. till death do us part. Pull one more card. Yeah. But I do also want you to get to see the more like vivacious part of me. I do want you to just also be able to see me as like a hottie, you know, like I want us to experience, I don't want it just to be immediately like a boring couple type of thing either. Like, and at the same time, they're like, part of them doesn't want to tell you all this either because they kind of want you to feel a little bit of doubt sometimes, like so that you know how valuable this is to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know that it's a sure thing because they haven't said all of this out loud yet, then, you know, it does give them a little bit of a confidence boost because they know that you will be more incentivized to try to hold on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a sure bet for you. Like actually it is basically a sure bet for you. Like you're not going to lose this person, but they don't necessarily want you to know that 100% just yet either. I'm going to pull an advice card for you. I didn't do this for the first group, but for you guys I feel like it just makes sense. Okay, and the advice is the Seven of Cups. So I mean, I think your spirit guides are acknowledging what this person acknowledges. Like your emotions are kind of all over the place sometimes, and I think, you know, for a lot of you kind of also know that this is basically the person you would choose above all of the others, but you probably do still have other choices, and even that is something that's a little bit difficult for you to navigate emotionally right now. And they're just saying, like, girl, you've got what it takes, you know, like, your gut instincts are telling you what to do, your emotions are telling you what to do, your intellect is telling you what to do. You know, that part of you that understands what is truly valuable and what you truly value and need in order to be stable in a relationship, that is telling you what to do. So, you know, it doesn't mean you have to cut off ties with every other person right now, but it means that you have what it takes to figure out how to get from where you are to where you want to be with this person. And also where you are right now is also where you want to be. So they're just saying, like, yeah, you have a depth of emotion. It can be scary sometimes, but try to enjoy and appreciate this for what it is as well. All right, group 2, I feel like that's the message for you. I thought that was a great message. I hope it was helpful. If you want something that goes more into depth, you can also purchase my Love Connection reading from my website or look at the other available readings and services there. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.